After losing corals due to the flatworm outbreak, STN and RTN set in. Dipping corals as much as I did to kill the flatworms took its toll and stressed out many of the corals. Almost all of the colonies have either STN'd or RTN'd. Nothing at all happened to any of the smaller frags, and if you remember what my tank looked like before it had flatworms, 90% were colonies. I have had this tank in operation for over 11 years. Honestly, I'm amazed of how well it has aged with almost no issues. But pipes eventually started leaking, and the caulk around the edges of the tank is dissolving. I was so worried it would explode, I wrapped Gorilla Tape around the rim of the tank. It's time to build a better system. A shallower reef. With all of this said, I felt it was a good time to update the entire system. So it's off to Home Depot for supplies. This is a rough sketch of the cabinet I designed. The main dimensions are 48 wide, 28 long, by 28 high.
Still gotta get these pieces of wood. I know this isn't the right size, but in here there needs to go another piece like that. But I didn't get that much wood, so now I have to go back to the Home Depot. This one will work, but still gotta go back to the Home Depot, get more wood, finish it up. There was supposed to be someone helping me out, but it seems like she took a little break. I thought you were supposed to be helping me out, Maybelline. Huh? I thought you were supposed to be helping me out. No? Oh yeah, look at this. Mm-hmm. Help me out, alright. So the wood is now done on each side in all four corners. So now what I'm using is some 3x2, I think it is. Pretty sure it's 3x2. And instead of bumping the entire bottom of the cabinet up to a 4, I'm just going to use a 3. Get these all cut up. Where are you going? Some helper. And put a sheet below that. Actually, you know what? I might just put them like that. Yeah, I think I'm gonna put them like that. I think that was the original idea. I just forgot about it. So yeah, a little bit more work. So yeah, this is the current state of the cabinet. Got everything pretty much the way I want it. So I changed the top of the cabinet, and I'll explain why later, but really I'm going to use this to hold my T5 and my LED lights. So like drill a hole there, drill a hole here or there, drill a hole there, and then the pole is going to go through and connect to the bottom, come up and out. So this is the current state of the cabinet. So I built a little area inside of here. So this is where my apex gear is going to go, and I spaced it out big enough so that when the EB8s are mounted, when the cables come out, they don't go past this point, because this point will be all flush. This is how it's going to look on the inside. This piece of wood here is I'm going to mount my sump LEDs to that. And the next step will be taking some of this liquid nails and going over all the seams inside and out, especially here and here, so it looks a little bit more finished. So I also got some of this plastic wood all-purpose wood filler, and there's a lot of these holes that I just really need to, fill in so that when I do paint this, that is eventually what I'm going to do. I'm going to paint it. It just fills in some of those holes. There's a bunch of them. I've never used this stuff before. I've used something similar, but it was more of like a paste. This is more like caulk. So I'm not really sure how this stuff works, but decided when I saw it on the shelf, I'd give it a try. So let's give it a try. Just using paper. It actually matches the wood pretty well, even though I'm going to be painting this. So I guess we'll just give it a rough coat first. I wonder if this stuff is sandable. It doesn't really say. If any of you have ever used Bondo, like a automotive filler, this is something, it smells pretty similar. Yeah, definitely something in here. So it's definitely not the best smell, but hopefully it does better work than it smells. I can already tell that this is going to take a long time and probably quite a few of these bottles. Luckily they were pretty cheap. I think I got it for $3.99? $4.99? I don't know. I guess when I buy more, I can let you know. But I'm going to be doing this for a while. So this is how it turned out. It actually seems like it might be sandable. So if it is, that'll be great, because I was going to sand this anyway. But yeah, it almost kind of feels like sand and caulk kind of mixed together. So that's pretty much where we're at today. Sun's going down once it reaches over that house. That's pretty much it. So I think I'm going to call it a day today, and then tomorrow I think we'll almost be ready for paint. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. Such a beautiful morning. The temperature is about a crisp 66 degrees. And working back on this thing. So instead of using the the paper I was using earlier, just cut these pieces of cardboard out to do the wood caulk. Looks like it's poking out in areas. I want to sand that down, and I am using non-slip, I think it's 80 grit. Yeah, 80 grit. Let's see how it goes in one area. Actually, that looks really good. So yeah, this stuff will work. Awesome. So after a little bit of sanding, this is what it currently looks like. I think it came out pretty well. There are a couple areas I need to touch up, like fill in this crack. Fill in this crack. I think I should probably do that with the liquid nails though. Fill in this crack. And you know, fill the wood imperfections. Another thing to look out for when you're using the liquid nails is when you do your first layer, you're gonna see a crack form, and that's just the liquid nails dissolving. What I usually do is just do a second coat, and if it still looks like that, then I do a third coat. So as you can see, it's pretty much everywhere. So second coat is definitely needed. So now all of the caulk has been applied. It figures as soon as I start talking, there's like a lawnmower that starts, whatever. But yeah, all the caulk has been applied. All the sanding caulk has been applied. And on the top coat, it's all been caulked. So now I just gotta wait for that to dry.
Stay tuned for the next episode where I install magnets for the fascia, paint the cabinet, and start on the lighting and wiring.